on TSL Nigeria TV, where we have news on politics, sports, entertainment, and so much more. Did you know that we also have feature stories where we talk about nothing but everything? It's the Breakfast Show on TSL Nigeria TV.
God heard the table before me in the presence of. Anyways, we're going straight into the newspaper review for this morning. I have with me the Vanguard for Friday, June 14th, 2019. I start off with the major story. Obasanjo's role in June 12th annulment. Key players split over King Ibe's accusation. You can find the story on page 5. Continuation of that story. It's a welcome revelation. Akagobam. Why is King Ibe just speaking up? Ayobe. And finally, Obasanjo was in the know, says by Opadokun. King Ibe should be ashamed at the Banjo. Moving out to our picture story. Oshodi Apapa. Presidential task team, LASMA and police fail. The picture shows a gridlock on Apapa Oshodi Expressway persisted yesterday, despite efforts of a presidential task team as truck drivers maintained their vice grip on the nation's busiest highway connecting the country's busiest ports. The photo is provided by Kehinde Shonola. And also we have Obiano renewed call for abolition of Osu caste system. You can find this story on page 15. And good governance, Jonathan advocates full automation of electoral process. You can find this story on page 12. And in sports stories, new EPL season, Liverpool battle Norwich in opening fixtures. What do we have today, Juliet?
For today, we will have the Guardian for Friday, June 14, 2019. And our lead story here says, we have no server for Atiku to inspect. INEC tells Tribuna. You can find that story on the first page and continued on page 6 of your Guardian newspaper. Nigeria prepares for Ebola, signs health security pacts with Germany. You can find that story on page 3 of your Guardian newspaper. And mother, child, 6 others die in Lagos-Ibadan highway multiple crash. You can find that story on the page 10 of your Guardian newspaper. That is really sad. And on sports, Super Eagles campaign threatened by poor funding. You can find that story on the last page of your Guardian newspaper, and that's it for the Guardians for today.
Neki, what do we have on the Punch?
Alright, on the Punch this morning, we have on the top stories. Opposition bashes Senate for rejecting motion to discuss Buhari's speech. Lawan set up ad hoc committee, Senate adjourns to July 3rd. Fayechi slams Obasanjo, hails Buhari for honoring MKO Abiola. You can find the story on page 9. Too many political parties in Nigeria, a distraction. UNC, story 2 on page 9. An article, PDP asking us to serve for server we don't have. INEC tells Tribunal. You can find that story on page 2. Failed gas deal. UK firm sees seizure of $9 billion Nigerian assets. You can find the story on page 25. For our picture story, albinos at the National Conference on Albinism Awareness Day in Abuja on Thursday, photo by Sam Adeko. And also for the other picture story, we have albinos at the United Nations International Albinism Awareness Day, organized by OAM Foundation in collaboration with the United Nations Information Center in Lagos on Thursday, photo by OK Famadewa. Okorocha sworn in as senator says Igbo presidency does not exist. And on sports, we have Madrid unveiled Hazard. No presidency for Igbo.
Okay, I'm going to finish it off with the Nigerian Observer. First up, we have Progressive Governors Forum to support Buhari Obaseki, and a training of 100 youth. Edo Jobs, a CADD partner on engineering designs and project management. And finally, albinism. Obaseki urges global efforts to end marginalization and stigmatization. And like we always do, we're going to end the newspaper review with the Mr. and Mrs. segment of your Vanguard newspaper. So Mr. starts, he says, most times women drive husbands to commit adultery when they deny them sex. And Mrs. says, instead of admitting that they lack discipline, men are full of excuses, just like they did in the Garden of Eden.
Oh, so true.
I even say, Mrs. has the best clamor ever.
Really discuss. I saw this one thing online, and this woman something that really caught me. I don't know if it was true because I'm not that studious in the Bible, but she says that there was no time in the Bible that Adam told Eve not to eat from the fruit.
Right.
She says that it was just Adam that was told, and Eve is innocent.
And when you look at it, when Eve ate the fruits, nothing happened. It was when Adam ate the fruit. So men out there, we didn't break the word.
Exactly.
And on that note, we have to move over to our history for today. Like you always know, every day on the show we tell you something spectacular happening on that day. Today is June 14th, and I want to join the United States of America and countries around the world celebrate the birthday of the current and 45th president of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. He was born on this day, June 14th in 1946. He contested for the presidency in 2016 with the Republican Party and moved on to be the wealthiest and oldest president in the United States history that did not enter true military rule. He is worth about $3.1 billion, and he defeated Hillary Clinton, which was a surprising victory in the United States history. So congratulations to America and happy birthday to Donald J. Trump.
Happy
We
birthday.
celebrate him.
We celebrate you. You know, you're doing your thing. Things that you're doing are things, but you're doing it. And speaking of progressive things, this country has been somewhat progressive, if you really think about it. And one of the areas that has been really growing is entertainment. So today on the show, we have MC Soda, who is an entrepreneur and, of course, an entertainer. He has something exciting to tell us. Good morning.
Alright, good morning guys, this is your boy MC Solo aka The Comic Solo. I'm a comedian, I'm an MC, and I'm also an entrepreneur. I make shoes, I make bags, Ankara and all of that. I just want to let you guys know that come July 21st, 2019, comedy concert is going to be coming up at Alora Hotel in Suit, Sapler Road, and tickets are already out. It's a day you guys are going to come out and enjoy yourself. It's one day you guys are going to come out and support me. Like I earlier said, tickets are already out. To get this ticket, just call 08159595174. Once again, 08159595174. Before I go, make an advice you now. See, ladies with the ask bros money. Not forget, say bros, what you did for me, bros, what you did for me. And so all our children for being up to Kayebele. Listen, bros, you will be say you did there, you listen to this program. You can carry everybody we need to carry on the 21st of July. Come hear more. See, if you dey go church, totally surrender your life to Christ. Totally surrender your life to Christ. Because when you come be like say last. The tithe where you don't pay, they take a tie road for you to entire fire. Listen, our people they tell us say first son, now them the breadwinners. But they don't tell us what the last one be. They don't tell us what they win. But then now look we don't know. See, my brother, if you dey go church, totally they pay your tithe, And if you know say you be musical artist for this country, they mind what you sing. Because see me see trouble. And so now I'm is able to do the album launch for EFCC custody. We have so many more for you when you come to Elora Hotel and Suit Sapler Road, Benin City, 21st July. We have so many more for you. Thank you very much. Like I earlier said, I'm an entrepreneur. You can see what I'm wearing right now. I made it for myself. If you want to get something like this or something more good than this, you can just come or call 08159595174, and we are going to give you something like this or something much more than this. I mean something on my leg. I will popular in a shoemaker. A shoemaker they call us for here. Yes, this is what I do. This is a sandals made for myself. The sandals, we call it tongue, and it's with a touch of Versace. If you need something like this or something more touch like this, you can call 08159595174. That's what I have for you guys. Don't forget, July 21st, 2019, Elora Hotel and Suites. Solo Love Story Scene 2 is gonna be wow.
Amazing. Thank you so much, MC Solo. To TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family. To TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family. To TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family. To TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family. To TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family. To TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family.
to TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family.
And we are back to the breakfast show on TSL Nigeria TV. On How Living today, we're discussing birth control and family planning. Now, family planning allows people attain the number of children and help determine spacing in pregnancies. It can be achieved via the use of contraceptive methods and also in the treatment of infertility. On the other hand, we have birth control as a form of method that help prevent pregnancy before it begins. But because of the concern of the population, the increased population across the world, we begin to wonder, as concerns has been raised, if these methods are duly practiced or they are utilized. During the set this morning, we have professional midwife and the trained family service provider. She's also the woman that helps with rape victims in terms of counseling. We give to you Sarah Ifeanyichukwu. Good morning.
Good morning. Mornings.
Why are you looking shy?
Alright, so get us all acquainted with you. Just everything you do and how far you've come.
Okay, I'm Sarah Ifeanyichukwu. I'm married to Great Ifeanyichukwu. We are blessed with a son. I'm a trained midwife, family planning provider. I'm a counselor. I visit schools for awareness on sexual health. You know, get them to know their sexuality. Those that have been sexually abused, and then give them counseling. Some we have to rehabilitate them. Some of them cases of teenage pregnancies. I do all of that. I'm a writer. I have some unpublished books. You get to see them very soon. Then I do so much.
Wow, woman of many things. Amazing. So jumping straight into the conversation we have for today. What is family planning?
Okay.
And what is birth control?
Okay.
Because a lot of people get intertwined with all of this. Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll give us a definition by WHO, but paraphrased. WHO defines family planning as a time that allows couples to determine the spacing of their children, the number of children they want to have, and the timing of their births. So you just don't wake up and say, okay, oh, I'm pregnant, oh wow, we just thank God. That's not how it's supposed to be. In family planning, we say pregnancy is by choice and not by chance. You don't just wake up and find yourself pregnant. You have to plan how many children do you want to have, and that shouldn't start when you have already started having children, because sometimes, because of sex of children, okay, I want 5 boys, and the woman says no, I want 2 girls, and then they start quarreling. So you start while you are still maybe in courtship or early stages of your marriage, so that you don't start chasing after sex of children and say, okay, now what do we do about this? I want a boy, you want a girl, let's just keep having them. No.
Wow.
So it allows you time to plan adequately for your children. And then birth control is now known as contraceptive methods. It's formerly known as birth control. And they are the methods that used to prevent unwanted pregnancies. So you just don't sit down and expect that, okay, I'm not going to get pregnant. What I want is what I will have. It doesn't work for family planning. You have to, use those contraceptive methods. We have IUDs, we have oral contraceptives, injectables, implants, name them.
Okay. And speaking of the, you said something about gender of children, like couples usually have this problem in selecting gender. Okay, is there a way to actually influence the gender of your child?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Really?
Sex selection, yes.
Please tell us about that.
We just flipped our hair.
Okay, it's called sex prediction. You predict the sex using the woman's ovulation period. There are kits in the market now. You go to any pharmacy, you get a kit. You test when you are ovulating. I think the streak turns blue or something. But there's a tendency that you are going to have a male child if you have sex on your ovulation day. But if you have sex previous days before your ovulation, because the male sperm swims faster than the female sperm. So if you have sex on your ovulation day, you have tendency of having a male.
The tendencies are higher to have a male.
Oh yes. Wow. So you get prediction kits, and then when am I ovulating? When am I going to get a male? But again, it's not 100%. So chances are that it works.
Okay, let's just come down to birth control. Birth control practices in Nigeria is so I don't want to say it's so limited. A lot of people do not get involved, especially for the younger women. Why do you think that Nigerians do not encourage young women to get involved in birth control? Like if I'm as a person that's unmarried, I say that I'm on birth control, I'm on contraceptive pills. It's like I've said that I want to kill the president. So why is it why is it is not advice for younger women to prepare themselves, to protect themselves in situations like this?
Okay, thank you very much. You know, Nigeria is a very religious country. So we feel, you have to keep yourself, you have to, stay till you are married. Which, yes, abstinence is the best way to control pregnancy, which is advised for all people that are unmarried. But we have people that, the doorway of their sexuality has been opened too early, not their fault, maybe circumstances or whatever. You can't tell them not to have sex, right? Okay, you want to have sex, fine, you have to protect yourself. So, but I noticed that it's also the myths that, concerning family planning and birth control, the myths surrounding it. People, the awareness is still low. You go to rural areas, people know nothing about family planning. Say, a woman is fertile, let her have her children as many as she wants until she reaches menopause. And you're like, wow, one woman, 12 children. But as an unmarried person, I don't think you should be stigmatized for wanting to prevent, unwanted pregnancy. For me, it's a sign of responsibility. You're responsible trying to prevent unwanted pregnancy. So I feel the awareness should be raised. More people should get to find out. Because there was a time I worked in a particular health center, and then some young ladies came in and then they said they wanted to take contraception. And then the person in charge was like, "What? You're already having sex? Oh my God, come." And then she called her other colleagues. I was like, wow, she's already embarrassing. And she just said, anyway, let me see what I can do for you. And then he said, go and do a pregnancy test because your face looks puffy. I think you're pregnant already. The girls were so embarrassed. The girls were so embarrassed. But that's not what we are being taught in school. We are taught to, they were two friends. They were so embarrassed. You could see it written all over them, and then they left like they were soaked in the rain. They didn't come back. So that's why most of them, get to use abortion. They just allow themselves to fall pregnant and then they next an abortion. And I tell people abortion is not a method of contraception. It is not. It is unsafe and it's not advisable.
Okay, so just throw a little more light on abortion.
Abortion simply means terminating a pregnancy before it is 10, before it reaches the age of viability. Age of viability is 28 weeks. So any pregnancy you terminate before 28 weeks. And then there are different types of abortion. I don't want to go into that. The spontaneous abortion happens by itself. Perhaps. That's yes, that's popularly known as miscarriage. It's actually known as spontaneous abortion. But basically, some people terminate pregnancies before it's time. For different reasons. Yes, my mom is definitely going to kill me. So I can keep this pregnancy and all of that. So people have various reasons why they terminate pregnancies.
Okay, so there are some myths that I would love for you to debunk here and now. You hear some people say that if you do it standing up, you can't get pregnant. Or once you are done, you take gin, or you rinse it, or you put Andrew liver salt with 7-Up and it has gone. Please, do any of these things actually work?
Okay, thank you very much. Myths surrounding family, surrounding pregnancy, birth control. Anatomically, the abdomen, the stomach, and the reproductive organs are not in the same place. So there's no link, there's no connection between the stomach and the reproductive system. So how do you say you take gin, you swallow gin, and then it goes into your uterus or whatever to flush out something? It's so funny. Sometimes when I see people, they say mix native chalk and this, it gives you that. Yes, people do a lot of crazy things and they end up, getting harming themselves in the process and all of that. Other myths as around family planning, you said something about standing. If you like, Don't
Did you use that word?
suspend in the
Okay,
air.
it's fine. Like, if you're standing, it cannot swing.
No. See, what the sperm needs is just to find its way. Just to find its way. It will do anything, because the way the vagina has been designed, it has been designed to, it has a certain pH. If the pH is right, the sperm gets in there, you are healthy, maybe you are ovulating or you're about to ovulate. Trust me, in 9 months time you celebrate more. And then people say before you take a birth control, they test your blood. We have a lot of quacks everywhere. Let me advise you, not anybody putting on white, anybody dressed in white is a nurse. We have so many quacks in town that tell people that we test your blood, we know the exact method that works for you. There's no such thing as that. We will advise you, and then you get to pick a method for yourself. If it will work for you, fine. If it won't work, then you make another choice. It is optional, nobody forces you what to choose. And then others say, my friends in my area use this method, it has worked for them, for a particular period. I think it will work for me. And then others do not abide with, the precautions we give to them and what they are supposed to do. And then they come back pregnant and they say family planning does not work. Because they popularly know it as family planning, but we know it as contraceptive. So they say it doesn't work, don't do it. Mothers tell their children, don't do it. And then men believe, some men in our local settings believe that when a woman is on family planning, that on birth control methods, I beg your pardon, that she wants to be promiscuous. So she has a male friend now that she wants to be having sex with and not get caught. So that's why she's taking contraceptive methods, just to ensure she doesn't get pregnant. There are so many, uncountable. Some say, yes, there's another one that if you use contraceptive method, that when you come back to life again, reincarnation, people still believe in that, that you are going to be barren. So,
oh my God. Okay, so sorry to interject. You talked about precautions that you give.
yes.
While we're wrapping up this conversation, so what are the precautions for birth control and family planning methods?
Okay, for instance, if you are on the pill, oral contraceptive pills, it doesn't get to work immediately you take it. You are supposed to wait for probably till you see your next period. So you're supposed to use the condom while you are on the pill. But some persons just say, I've started taking something,
So
I'm safe, and before you know they are pregnant and they tell you, oh no, it doesn't work. And then there are some that have implants here on their arm, and then they say, okay, implants, and then if you scrub it or you massage it, you get the hormones to release faster than usual. So if it was supposed to last for 3 years or 5 years, you massage it, or maybe you add, put on some weight before it's time. You're supposed to go for checkup so that you know whether it has worn out or not. But they say it doesn't work. So there are so many.
Okay, I think we're going to wrap up now because our time is not on our side. I want you to talk about this thing. The last one before we'll call it a day. Nigerian women, for some reason, are terrified of cesarean operations, and as a midwife, I want you to just debunk it, because you hear it in church.
She's doing a lot of debunking.
The devil almost made me do C-section, but when my pastor prayed, is it a sin? Is it a punishment from heaven or hellfire if you do cesarean operation?
No. It's not supposed to be. It's an intervention, method of intervention, and I'm sure that what you desire is for your child to be alive, and you will be alive as well. We have had cases while I was still in school as a student. We had cases of women who lost their lives and who lost their babies because they didn't want to do C-section. Some of them say, my daddy said, my papa has said, and then they don't do C-section. It's just a method. It doesn't matter. What matters is the goal at the end of the day, right? You are healthy and your baby is healthy. It doesn't make you less of a woman. And because you had C-section in your first or second pregnancy, it does not mean in subsequent pregnancies you may have C-section. Because the indication for this, for the CS, may be that your baby is too big, or maybe health, the baby is not breathing well, we want to save the baby's life. So which do you prefer? Would you rather be the mother to a dead baby, or you allow us to do a C-section and everybody rejoices?
Wow, amazing. Amazing. And with this, we've come to the end of another exciting and informative episode of The Breakfast Show on TSL Nigeria TV. Thank you so much, Ms. Sarah, for debunking a lot of myths concerning birth control and family planning. Don't also subscribe to our YouTube channel, TSL Nigeria TV, and join our online TV to enjoy all of our engaging conversation and talks only on TSL Nigeria TV. My name is Neki Moyo, and on behalf of I Am My Crew, it is a bye for now. Have yourself a lovely